Alright, so we left off with a Slayer task of Kraken, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We have to kill 151 of those, and like I said in a previous video, we are going to be changing up the Slayer helmet every time that we have an episode that deals with Slayer. So today we'll be rocking the purple Slayer helmet that we get from Skatizo. So now that we have a very nice cash stack, we can go ahead and buy some upgrades. So the big upgrade that I'm going to buy is the Tormented Bracelet. We're going to take that over the Barrow's Gloves. So this will give us some nice extra damage. I have 13 mil left. I could buy a Ring of Suffering as well, but I really don't feel like buying it, imbuing it, and then charging it up just for this one task. So I think we'll chill on this setup for now. Whoa, this place looks extra dark. I think they changed this area. The last time that we were here, it didn't have this brownish color, I think. Yeah, it definitely looks different here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pay for the private instance. It's only 25,000 coins, and I think now we can afford it, so let's go ahead and do it. That way, nobody will interrupt us, and of course the food will stay on the ground for longer, so we can pretty much just chill. I like how we can turn the brightness down, make this place really scary. But then you get to see all the glow effects. It's pretty neat. So I went back and watched one of the earlier videos. It was the second episode of the series, and yeah, they did change this area. Like I said, it has a much warmer tone to it now. The other one was much cooler, and also for some reason the water is very basic now. So I don't know if it's because it's like the time of day that we're at. I think that's what's happening. I think depending on when you log on, places look different. That's what I'm assuming it is, but yeah, it definitely looked better in the other video. The instance is already paying for itself. As you can see, we have 17 shark on the ground. Very nice. A magic seed coming through. Nice little blue loot beam on top of me. Makes me feel a little special, like if I'm the valuable loot. Kraken hurt me? Okay. That's a hard combat task. I'm not even sure what that is. Kill the Kraken 25 times in a privately rented instance. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we're gonna start completing some of these now that we're using the instance. Tentacles, okay. I'm assuming that's the 50 kill count task done. And that is 2000 KC here at the Kraken. Okay, we've survived another kill, and unfortunately no food, and yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, we're 4 kills away from the challenge, but it's fine. I mean, the challenge, we're not going to get anything crazy from the challenge anyways. It just would have been nice to complete it. But, you know, we'll complete it later when we have maybe a full set, maybe even the Sanguinesi staff, because with that, it'll just be too easy to complete it. But I'm not about to wait here and let this regen, because, yeah, it's going to take a long time. But we did get pretty far. At 96 kills in this one trip, thanks to the 65 shark that we got. So yeah, got pretty lucky on the food there. What a drop. Okay, an elite clue scroll on 2024. Be sure to do that after we finish this task. Uncut sapphire, you know the drill. Look at the size of those gems. Look at this, we're getting all of the uncut gems, and they're actually really close together. Like they've all been in this trip like in the last, I'd say, like 20 or 30 kills. I feel like Thanos right now, gathering all the Infinity Stones. And there we go. There is the task complete with no drop on that last kill. Very nice. Before we get a new task though, I do want to see how many kills we did. We did 149. Well, actually, it was 151, but there was 2 times where we didn't get a single drop. So the loot tracker only shows 149, but the total value in loot is 2.85 mil. 23 skeletal wyverns. Okay, we can do that. Alright, so before we do our skeletal wyvern task, I'm going to go ahead and do this elite clue scroll. There we go. Elite casket. Let's get out of here before these giants kill me and take the casket. It turned out to be a mimic. Okay. I haven't done one of those in a long time. And there we go. That is mimic kill number 10. It's been a long time since I've done one of those. But there we go. It also says that I've unlocked a new music track, Beyond the Meadow. Did I not have all of the music tracks already? Oh no, they've added some. When did they add these tracks? I could have sworn that I recently got my music cape back. Let's go ahead and head out of here and open up this mimic, see what we get. And of course, it's nothing special. 272k. You know what? That's not too bad. I'll take it. All right, there we go. Forest of Shazian unlocked. Not a moment of relief unlocked. Yeah, I got that one as soon as I came here. There we go. Out at the mines, completed. And there we go. Last track has been unlocked and we can now equip the music cape once more. Alright, so I think this is the setup that we'll be using for the Skeletal Wyvern task. I wonder if they've added the shortcut to the Skeletal Wyvern area. I haven't done a task here in so long, and I remember that there was like I know people were bringing up the idea to add a shortcut to this area, and I feel like they may have already added it, but I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll find out right now. Oh yeah, they did. Okay. It's not amazing, right? I think what we wanted was to go directly from here to this spot. Instead, we gotta run over here. But I mean, it's, you know, it's something, right? Although I'm not entirely sure it's gonna help me because I do plan to kill the wyverns like up here in this area. So I feel like I'm still running the same distance almost, because instead of having to run like that, I'm just going down first and then I'm going right instead of going right first and then down. So I don't know if this actually helps me. Ooh, this area looks cool though. Looks very nice in HD. Oh yeah, this might actually be slower, especially if they added this cutscene right here. Similar to the one in the Hydra area. Yeah. First drop, Rune two-hand sword, very nice. And now that I think about it, I forgot to bring a spec weapon. I could have brought like a dragon dagger at least. There's our Skeletal Wyvern task completed. Quick little price check, about 300k. Of course we got some prayer potions as well, but we ended up using some of them as well. But yeah, not too bad for a little quick task. 189 cow fight. Yeah, not really looking forward to that. So instead of doing that lame cow fight task that's not going to make me any money, I was looking through the wiki to see what are some good money makers, and I remembered that thieving the elves in Prifddinas is actually pretty decent. I checked it out in the wiki and it says it's about 2 mil an hour. So we're going to see if we can get lucky with that, and I just noticed that the lava battle staff has like the same effect that the fire cape does, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can get lucky and maybe get some crystals. Now, I did make a video on this a long time ago. I did an hour of thieving from the elves, and I didn't get lucky, so maybe this time we'll see some luck and get some money. Now, before we do this, I am going to need an outfit. There it is, the rogue armor set. So if we equip this, the full set gives us the ability to get double loot, which means if we get lucky and we get one of those enhanced crystal seed teleports, or teleport seeds, we get 2 of them. So yeah, this will increase the money that we can make per hour by a pretty big amount. So I'm just going to stay here until we at least get a pair of those crystals, and maybe stay there for a little bit longer if we get lucky. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, there have been some changes since then. One of the more important ones is the fact that if we switch to the Arceus spellbook, we have some new spells here, and there's one called Shadow Veil, which actually reduces the chance of us being caught while pickpocketing. So the Lava Battle Staff, along with some Cosmic Runes, will allow us to cast that. And yeah, I think with our magic level, it'll give us like a full minute every time we cast it. So a full minute of having that reduced chance of being caught. So this should come in handy and help us get more pickpockets per hour. So let's go try it out. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and cast Shadow Veil. That's what it looks like. And thanks to Runelight, it actually tells us how long it's going to last, which is pretty helpful. So, yeah. Yeah, so besides the teleport seeds, I think the only other thing that's actually going to give us like decent money is probably the crystal shards that we can turn into super combat potions. No seeds yet, but we got ourselves a 100k cash stack. Very nice. I was just thinking, I'm over here, you know, thieving from this guy's pockets for what seems like almost an hour now. And like, you would think that in an hour, I would be able to find these crystals that he's hiding. But yeah, I can't. I must be the worst pickpocket in history. If only this was like Skyrim, where I could just open up his inventory, see what's in there, and choose what I want. I just realized, look at the size of that diamond. How is this diamond only worth like, what, 2,000 coins? Not even. Look at the size of that. It's bigger than my foot. I'm very determined to get this crystal before I leave here. I'd say in total I have about like 3 hours of thieving elves. 1 hour from the video a long time ago, and almost 2 hours right now, so I don't want to leave until we get it. There it is. Finally. Oh my god, we're finally done. Oh my god, okay. There are the enhanced crystal teleport seeds. We've been here for over 2 hours. Total time here though that I've spent at the Alps thieving has been about 3 hours. So yeah, it's about 3 hours to get these my first crystal teleport seeds, and I'm very happy to get them. That was kind of cool how it worked out. My necklace broke. I saw the notification. I switched over to a new one, and then these popped up. So that was pretty nice. Yeah, I'm so happy to have these. It's time to move on to something else, because yeah, this was it's pretty chill. It's very, you're just clicking. You right click, left click, right click, left click. But yeah, when you do this for 2 hours, it's easy to get bored here. But we got to go for the back-to-back until we get caught. Maybe we'll get some more. Okay, yeah, no more. Let's head over to the GE and sell these off immediately, or at least put them in the GE, or for a reasonable offer. See how much we can make from these things. So let's go over to the GE. Wow, there's nobody here. Wait, that's spooky. I thought my entity hider might still be on, but nobody's here on this world. This is very creepy. I'm on my usual world, 369, and there's nobody here. There's not a single person here at the bank. That's so weird. Well, there we go. Whoa, this is the first time that I've seen the GE completely empty on any world, even when I went to the 2200 skill total worlds. All right, so the seeds are about 1955, so almost 2 mil. Market price is 2.1. I wonder if they'll sell for 2 mil. Just to be safe, I'll throw them in there for market price, or for the actively traded price. That way we don't lose any in case it goes down some more. So yeah, we'll put them in there for 1955, and we'll let them sit there. Now we also have these crystal shards, which I'm not gonna bank because I don't want them to get mixed in with the ones that I previously have from Corrupted Gauntlet or whatever. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make these straight into super combat potions. So let's go ahead and do that. So for right now, we'll crush 1. We'll add that. Oh, okay, interesting. It uses 4. It uses, okay. Interesting. And then we sell this back for... Okay, yeah, it's a decent amount of money. Yeah, I guess let's go ahead and crush all this stuff. Oh, you can instantly crush it. Okay, you don't have to wait for it. That's pretty nice. And we're getting some very minor herblore XP. By the way, we also managed to get 329,000 thieving XP going for those crystals, so it did take us a while. I was thinking about saving the crystal shards, so whenever I do get like a Blade of Saildor later on, I can just do the 1,000 charges, but I don't know. Part of me would just, yeah. I figure if I'm going to go for the Blade of Saildor, if I'm going to go ahead and like corrupt that, I think I'll probably just end up putting the work in myself at Corrupted Gauntlet, and just going for the blade myself will probably net me enough crystal shards to corrupt it. Unless we get super lucky, but yeah, we'll see. I'm also not entirely sure, but I think, if I remember correctly, you can actually buy crystal shards in a way. I think you have to like buy another item that can dismantle into the shards and do it that way. So if honestly, if we get super lucky and we get the Saildor blade like our first KC, then I'll probably just end up buying the shards needed for it that way. And there we go. There's the last of the divine combats made. Let's go ahead and sell these off. And if you take a look here at the super combat potions that we bought recently, using the crystal shards and turning them into divine super combat netted us around 800k. So yeah, not bad. Also, it netted us a whopping 390 herblore XP. So yeah, new herblore training method, I guess. Alright, so I came back to Duradel and I decided to re-roll some tasks because I didn't really feel like doing cow fights, and yeah, about 4 or 5 re-rolls later, we landed on black dragons. Now, it's not the best task, but I figure we can kill KBD, maybe get lucky and get the pet. But yeah, it should be a, pretty easy, fun task. So let's go ahead and get after it. I think we also have enough money to liquidate the bank and maybe get ourselves a Dragon Hunter lance, so that could be fun as well. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so yeah, I was planning on doing this KBD task, but then I looked on the wiki to see how much it was per hour, and it's very, very low. Apparently it's less than 200k an hour, so yeah. I figured we'd go ahead and kill some dragons that actually give us some nice money, and it also allows me to AFK a bit since I am going to be busy for the next couple hours. So the dragons that we'll be killing instead are the Rune Dragons. Now, I am going to have to sell a lot of gear because I do want to buy a lance
And I definitely won't have enough for a Lance and Justicar, or just this year. So, yeah. We're probably going to rock some Barrow's armor or something. So, should be interesting. Yeah, this is going to be rough. So I'm trying to scrap together everything in the bank. And yeah, it looks like we're not going to have enough for the Lance. For some reason, I thought we had enough. But I guess we don't. Oh, I just realized, yeah, I'm going to need money for supplies as well. So it's going to be rough. I do have the loot from Kraken, though. It looks like I didn't sell that. So let's start doing that. 45 mil. Let's go ahead and buy ourselves a Lance with our entire bank. Pretty huge item that we're buying ourselves right here. 44 mil. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, crash in price, and hopefully we don't lose a lot of money there. But if it does, then, you know, it's not too bad since we can pretty much just AFK here for a while. So let's go ahead and find the rest of the gear setup that we'll be using for Rune Dragons. So with our remaining 1.6 mil, I think we're going to buy some Barrow's armor. Look at us. We're looking super chunky. Look at that gut hanging out. Oh man, we're looking good. All right. And that's pretty much it. We have a mil left for supplies. So yeah, I'll go ahead and buy some supplies with this stuff. It's kind of crazy to think that all the money that I own right now is pretty much invested in this one item right here, the Lance. But yeah, let's get after it. This place was usually packed whenever I was here, but it looks pretty good right now. So let's just go ahead and jump in there. Let's see how well this armor stands up. I've definitely seen people kill Rune Dragons in this setup using Barrow's armor, but yeah, this is the first time that I myself am actually trying it out. So we'll see how good it is. Probably not going to be as AFK as I'm used to, just because we don't have the damage reduction of the just this year, but it'll do for now. I'll just have to make sure that I pay close attention to this. Also, I just realized it's a, this is a nice little tribute, I guess, to the first video that I ever posted on the channel, which was a loot from 10,000 Rune Dragons. And that was back on my alt account, the alt that I made while maxing this one. While I was doing some of the boring skills like agility, I just went ahead and made an alt account that could kill Rune Dragons and AFK here. And I made some pretty decent money with that, that nice account. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I think it was like close to 400 mil, if I remember correctly. But yeah, good times. First trip back, 200k made. This place literally prints money. It may not be as good as it once was, but it's still pretty good. There it is, our first blue loot beam, looking very nice on the floor. Dragon plate legs. Nice little dragon plate skirt drop. Dang it, I looked away for 1 second and then I got hit of 40. Why did I get hit of 40? I'm assuming I was horribly burnt by the dragon fire. Whoops. Thankfully, since we have a very cheap setup, budget setup, since all of our money is invested in the Dragon Hunter Lance, it only cost 1,000 coins to get all of my items back. So yeah, I guess there is a good side to bringing a gear setup like this. We just got ourselves a Dragon Med Helm. Very nice. Nice little upgrade. Oh, there we go. Now we're looking like a warrior. All right, so we've killed quite a few Rune Dragons. 256 to be exact, and the loot tracker shows about 9.17 mil total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell some of this loot off and make some upgrades. Now, right away, I'm thinking Amulet of Fury, Torture, if I can afford it, but I don't think we can yet, but I guess we'll find out right now. Yeah, we're so close to the Torture, so I think what I'm going to do for now is just buy the Fury. We'll rock that for a little bit, and then we'll switch over to the Torture whenever we make just a little bit more money. You know what I just realized? There is another upgrade that I can make besides the amulet. I think the gloves. I think we might be able to make the Hydra leather gloves. Yeah, it's only 3.7 mil. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll buy that. For some reason, I always think that we need Barrow's gloves and Hydra leather to make the actual gloves, but we don't. And I just remembered the name. It's Ferocious. Ferocious gloves. There we go. Very nice. And there's our new pair of gloves. Looking very nice. Can't you see I'm busy, woman? Alrighty. There's the Elite Clue casket. What did we get? Absolutely nothing. Well, on a brighter note, we got some Runite bars, which is what we were already getting from the Rune Dragons. But more importantly, we are 25 Elite Clue Scrolls away from the 200 mark, which is
what is needed for, I think it's the big casket that you can carry around, the cosmetic casket. So pretty cool. Look what I just stumbled upon. I was just about to end the trip, and then I see this, a crash star. You already know, we have to mine this. We did get a medium clue scroll though, so if we do the clue scroll, we have a chance of getting ranger boots. So yeah, who knows, we might get super lucky. So yeah, I guess we'll do this afterwards. Alright, so we've finished mining the star, and as you can see, we managed to get, well, I already added it. My mic was muted, so yeah, I gotta re-record this. Yeah, we managed to get 400 stardust from that star, so pretty cool. And I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is come over here to the star shop. Ooh, this place looks cool. I like the floor. We're gonna come over here, buy a star fragment. That should be a collection log item. There we go. And then if we go over here, as you can see, under the shooting stars collection log, we have completed it. We have the star fragment and the celestial ring uncharged. If you're curious, these star fragments are used to recolor the prospector outfit. I'm probably not going to use it right now until I have enough for both the top and bottom. And then after that, we will work on the helmet and the boots, because I think those change the least whenever you recolor them. So yeah, I don't want to have mismatched top and bottom, but yeah, pretty cool to have a star fragment. We have the medium casket. There's also a slice of cake on here. There's 2 slices of cake here. What a weird spawn for cake to be here. Like, I want another reasoning why there's just pieces of cake that spawn on this island. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up the medium casket, get some ranger boots. Perfect. Alright, so before we go back and kill some more rune dragons, I think we can make our final upgrade that we're probably going to do here, and that is to upgrade the Fury, right here, into a Torture. Now, I think I'm going to have to sell some of my supplies to get enough for this, because I think I'm going to be short a couple 100k. There we go. With the runes sold off, we can go ahead and buy the Torture. And like I said before, this will be the last upgrade that we do here at the Rune Dragons, because I think the next upgrade would be probably the Justiciar, just to be like full AFK, or you could go the Bandos route for more DPS. As for the Defender slot, it would have to be the Avernic, which is a pretty expensive one. And yeah, I think this is probably the last upgrade that we'll make here. Torag's body has degraded slightly. That means we are on the last remaining 25, I guess, percent that you could say on the body. My Verex skirt has finally broken. I'm surprised it broke faster than the Torag one. I feel like I've had both of these on for the same amount of time. I don't think I was just wearing one at a time. I don't even know if there's ever been a time where my Barrow's armor has broken. I don't think I've used it to that point, so pretty crazy that we use the entire life of the Verex plate skirt and the Torags shortly in a little bit. Use the entire life here at Rune Dragons, so yeah, we've been here quite some time, made a lot of money, and yeah, we can now move on to something else. There we go, the Torags has broken. Let's go ahead and get out of here. If we take a look at the loot tracker, it shows that we have 849 kills, valued at just around 30 mil, so quite a lot of money. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see any uniques, and we also only received 1 elite clue scroll, which is pretty unfortunate because it's a 1 in 300 drop. As for the other uniques, the dragon limbs, I think, are a 1 in 800, but I'm not too sad about not getting one of those because the price for that is also very low. It's like half a mil. So yeah, it's not what it used to be, but still some pretty nice money, and it's pretty chill. I'm actually kind of surprised how cheap it was to use this armor. Like, for some reason I always thought that using Barrow's armor was expensive, but in reality, I mean, for like 15 hours of use, we didn't really lose too much money. So yeah, Barrow's armor is pretty strong. Let's go ahead and see how much loot we have left to sell. I know that we sold some of it on the way, and that was for some upgrades that we got. We ended up, you know, maxing out most of our DPS minus like Bandos and whatnot. But yeah, so let's see what we have remaining in the bank. Alrighty, there we go.
All right, so I've decided to fully liquidate the bank just so we can see how much money we have. I suppose I could have done a price check as well, but I'd rather see the cash stack for what it is. So in total, we have about 73 mil. It's that funny number again. 73 mil is what our bank is worth, and this is just based off of pure money. This isn't including the untradables that I believe I included in the last price check. So yeah, I mean, we've made some nice progress so far in this series. 73 mil, we'll take it, and yeah, that's quite the cash stack. Once again, that's not including all of the unlocks that we have, such as the max cape, the Slayer helmets, and well, all the other stuff that we unlocked. So very nice.
I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all the people who've decided to become channel members, with a special thanks to ACR Beans. Becoming a channel member is one of the best ways to show some extra support, and you get some perks along with it too. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.